When I found someone to basically go through this process with of the assisted MDMA therapy, their protocol was, somebody called me first, then they sent me a survey that I filled out in detail, and then someone called me to discuss the survey because I think they're trying to weed out people that actually might be on antidepressants. Because if you are, you have to go off them to do this sort of work.
Interesting.
If you actually are like, I probably can't use the word a crazy person, but like if they want to make sure that
Dysregulated.
someone isn't mentally unstable,
Right.
dysregulated, thank you,
No.
is mentally unstable to be able to do this work. And I don't even know if dysregulated would be one of their qualifications, because like I know people that are
All
more
dysregulated.
that have done this
Yes.
work. Right. So but I think they mean people that might actually have like real mental health issues, like maybe schizophrenia or multiple personality disorder, something that they can't control in that environment. I'm pretty sure. So then after you've went through all that and both sides are okay with whatever the fee is and the survey and the conversation, then you go into a 1-hour discussion with the therapist. The person that I had the session with, he's part of the Gestalt therapy school. I don't really know what that is. But he was a nice enough guy. And we just had a conversation for what the intention was going to be for this. And one thing that he said that really came true was like, listen, you can set as much intention as you want, and it's good to go in with a healthy intention, but they called it plant medicine. But he goes, the plant medicine or the MDMA is going to kind of take you where you're supposed to go.
Right.
So it's to have your intention, but also realize that this is going to be what it's going to be. And part of it is to let go and to experience this. And then, whatever.
I love that.
And then, however long after that session, I showed up at 10 a.m. at this house that they were doing it. I walk in, you walk into the room.
Were you nervous?
For this, I wasn't. So my second, like 3 months later, I did an assisted MDMA psilocybin session, and I was terrified for that one. I was terrified for it. Like, and I slept like shit the night before, like only a few hours. I was really nervous. Like that therapist guy that was hosting it, I wasn't a huge fan of his. So like, it didn't feel safe for me. And I didn't realize that until I was in the session. But again, that's
podcast number 2.
Yeah, that is a bit divorced from the MDMA. Like they are two starkly different experiences. So the way I look at it is MDMA itself is to help you look at your life in a different way that you would not have been able to do without. Okay. Because if you're used to looking at the world through like anxious eyes or like hypervigilance, MDMA while sitting down in a chaise lounge will completely obliterate that hypervigilance, and you will see your life and your relationships in a very different way. The psilocybin, for example, though, I think it helps you see the universe in a different way and your position inside of it. So it's a much bigger.
So cool.
Yeah, it's a much bigger picture. So MDMA is like the pond, and the psilocybin is like, well, again, the universe that pond is in.
Like that's like kind of more like spiritual awakening kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and you would like that conversation a lot, because the way that, like, I thought I was talking to plant gods and I understood it. Like my brain was explaining it to me through my coming out of Catholicism and the church's role in how humans communicate. It was a shit show. Yeah. So maybe there will be a part 2 of that topic, but we're already 30 minutes in. So
okay. Sorry.
So no. I could go on forever as well. Anyhow, so the MDMA, they give you the 2 tablets, and I think it's important to know that you're getting like pure MDMA, because I think if you go to a party and you take it, it really just could be uppers and you wouldn't know the difference.